Welcome back to Q13 News this morning. So Valentine's Day, just about a week or so away. Kids are seeing love, they're seeing sex, kind of all over the place, to be very honest, and maybe even more than usual. But all of that exposure might be a great jumping off point to talk about healthy relationships. And it doesn't matter how old they are and how old the kids are in your life. So Amy Lang is a dear friend of the show. She's a sexuality and parenting expert. Also, you wrote this book right here. It's called Dating Smarts, and that's actually what we want to talk to you about. So the thing is, here, let's show your book right there. What is the number one thing that really kids need to know about relationships that we as parents are failing to help them understand?
Well, I think kids get this big message that relationships are romantic and fun and sexy and amazing and important. And that's all true.
Sometimes.
And what they're missing is that it's also work.
Yeah, exactly.
It's also work. Kids need to know that, and they watch us, right? But they need to know that sometimes when you're in a relationship, it's margaritas and sunset on the beach, and other times it's vomiting and diarrhea at the same time. And most of the time it's someplace in between.
Yeah.
So helping them understand that the romance part of it is what gets you rolling. It's the friendship part of it, the values commonality, the hanging in there together through the hard times. That's what real relationships are, and that really takes a ton of work.
So I want to talk about kids of kind of different ages. So
Sure.
If we can start with teens, I mean, obviously the teens are the last folks who want to tell us as the parents in
Yes.
their life, adults, about their dating life.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, how can we help them if they don't want to talk to us about it?
So first of all, that's not necessarily true. So if you do your work ahead of time and you show that you're able to talk about this stuff and you mind your manners when you're talking about other people's relationships and other teenager relationships, and they see that you're non-judgmental and open. And so if you have an opinion about 13-year-olds dating, if you say, hey, I think people should wait, instead of saying, oh my God, I can't believe that, or I can't, blah, blah, blah. If they see that, they're going to see that you're trustworthy. One other thing to do with teenagers is to talk to them about what they're witnessing with their friends and how their friends are having their relationships and what they're seeing and what they like about that and what they don't like about it, because that's another way for them to talk and not feel the pressure. And then also just asking quick questions about, like, who do you have a crush on? How's that going? What are you thinking? And being really open, and put yourself in more of a coach role instead of a parenting role. Right? So how would you talk to a friend about their dating life? Talk to your kid that same way, which means you have to shove that fear
frightened,
right around,
40-year-old and down.
Yeah, shove that baby down so you can connect with your kid.
All right, so I have a 4-year-old, and I know that seems kind of crazy to talk to a 4-year-old about dating, but is that too soon to sort of talk about relationships?
No, not at all. And I think the great place to start with little kids is around crushes. Like, I clearly remember having a devastating crush on Ronnie Hansen when I was in kindergarten, and talking about crushes with little kids and talking about, oh, you have a crush on them. Why do you like them? Do you want to have a play date with them? Like, focusing on that friendship aspect of the crush and, like, oh, how do you feel when you think about that person? Like, addressing that head on, because that's romance, right? 5-year-olds aren't thinking about bonking, right? They're thinking about, oh, I like that person. Maybe they want to marry that person. So we want to focus on those feelings of romance, those feelings of friendship and interest and curiosity. What do you like to do together? Do you like the same things? What do you know about them? Because we want to establish those ground rules, because at the end of the day, when you're in a long-term relationship, like I'm on 25 years of being married to the same person. And thank you very much.
Congratulations.
What really keeps us together over the years of vomiting and diarrhea at the same time and the margaritas and all of that is that we have values in common, we have a friendship, we really like each other, even when we don't like each other. We still have these things that are really core building blocks in place. So talking to your kids about that, and then, of course, showing them.
Yeah, that feels really important to me.
They have to see us being in a healthy relationship. They watch us way more than they listen to us. So if you're not showing your partner affection in front of your kids, if you're not fighting in front of your kids, it's okay to fight in front of your kids, but you have to resolve. They have to see the whole process of the argument instead of just the beginning and no resolution. So sometimes Carrie and I will have a fight, and Milo won't see the resolution, and then we'll do the resolution again in front of him.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, so he sees the whole thing come full circle, because you need to be able to have an argument with your spouse or whoever your partner is, right? It's part of relating.
Yeah.
It's part of relating.
This is such great information. Thank you very much. We're out of time, but I wanted to tell folks that the book is Dating Smarts, and then your website is the birdsandbeesandkids.com.
Right.
You have so many great resources on there. Thank you very much for being here with us.
My pleasure.